Hello, friends. If you're curious about the movie Greyhound, 2020, you're in the perfect place. Don't forget to give this video a quick like, it really helps us out. And if you're new here, hit subscribe to stay updated on all the latest movie deep dives. Let's jump right in. Greyhound, 2020, is a gripping World War II naval thriller that combines intense action, heart-pounding suspense, and a deeply human story of leadership and perseverance under pressure. Directed by Schneider and starring the legendary Tom Hanks, this film transports viewers to the freezing waters of the North Atlantic during one of the most perilous battles of the war. Adapted from the novel The Good Shepherd by C.S. Forester, the movie delivers a tight, action-driven narrative that's as much about personal courage as it is about survival. The story is set in 1942, during the early days of the United States' involvement in World War II. Hanks plays Commander Ernest Krause, a seasoned but untested officer entrusted with leading an Allied convoy of 37 ships across the treacherous Atlantic Ocean. The convoy's mission is critical. They are transporting troops, supplies, and ammunition to support the war effort in Europe. However, between them and their destination lies the deadly Black Pit, a stretch of ocean out of range of Allied air cover and teeming with German U-boats, known as the Wolf Pack. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the tension builds with every wave that crashes against the hull of their ship. From the very beginning, Greyhound plunges the audience into the action. There's no leisurely setup here. The film wastes no time in immersing viewers in the nerve-wracking experience of wartime naval command. Krause, commanding the titular USS Greyhound, faces a barrage of challenges as soon as the convoy enters the Black Pit. It's a brutal game of cat and mouse, where a single mistake could mean the loss of hundreds of lives. The film's plot unfolds in real time, a decision that amplifies its intensity and puts viewers in the same relentless headspace as the crew. Every sonar ping, every cryptic radar blip, and every shouted order adds to the atmosphere of mounting dread. As Krause maneuvers his ship and strategizes to outwit the Wolf Pack, the audience is given a front-row seat to the harrowing decisions and sacrifices that define his leadership. He battles exhaustion, hunger, and self-doubt, but his focus never wavers. The stakes are enormous, but so is his determination to see his mission through. One of the most exciting aspects of Greyhound is how it balances large-scale action with intimate character moments. Krause is a man of deep faith, and his quiet prayers between battles serve as a stark contrast to the chaos erupting around him. Despite his inexperience in direct naval combat, his quick thinking and unwavering resolve earn the respect of his crew. Yet, the film doesn't shy away from showing his vulnerability. In private moments, we see the weight of command bear down on him, as every lost life under his watch chips away at his stoic exterior. The USS Greyhound is far from invincible, and the film does an excellent job of conveying the harsh realities of naval warfare. Supplies run low, fatigue sets in, and the ever-present threat of enemy torpedoes keeps everyone on edge. The Wolf Pack is relentless, and their taunting radio transmissions, where they refer to the Greyhound as Grey Wolf, add an eerie psychological dimension to the conflict. The movie's sound design deserves special mention here, as the creaking of the ship's hull, the roar of engines, and the distant echoes of explosions create a visceral sensory experience that draws viewers into the heart of the battle. While the plot centers on the convoy's perilous journey, the real heart of the story lies in Krause's personal arc. A career officer who has spent decades preparing for this moment, he is finally given the opportunity to prove his mettle. His faith and moral code guide him, but they are constantly tested by the grim realities of war. Hanks delivers a masterful performance, imbuing Krause with a quiet dignity and an undercurrent of humanity that make him a compelling and relatable protagonist. The action sequences are nothing short of breathtaking. From the initial sighting of the U-boats to the desperate battles that ensue, the film captures the chaos and unpredictability of naval warfare with stunning precision. Each confrontation is a high-stakes chess match, where Krause must anticipate the enemy's moves and counter them with limited resources. The climactic battle, in particular, is a tour de force of tension and strategy, as the Greyhound faces off against multiple submarines in a fight for survival. Yet, for all its action and spectacle, Greyhound also delivers moments of profound emotional resonance. The camaraderie among the crew, the quiet acts of heroism, and the haunting reminders of the human cost of war give the film a depth that lingers long after the credits roll. The movie doesn't dwell on graphic violence or melodrama. Instead, it focuses on the resilience and sacrifice of ordinary people thrust into extraordinary circumstances. The film's tight runtime of 91 minutes ensures that there's never a dull moment. Every scene serves a purpose, driving the story forward and deepening our understanding of the characters and their predicament. The pacing is relentless, but it never feels rushed. Instead, it mirrors the unrelenting nature of the mission, keeping the audience as engaged and on edge as the crew of the Greyhound. What sets Greyhound apart from other war films is its focus on the unsung heroes of the Allied effort. While many war movies spotlight the soldiers on the front lines or the grand strategies of generals, this film shines a light on the sailors who risked their lives to ensure that vital supplies and reinforcements reached their destinations. It's a tribute to their courage and determination, and a reminder of the immense challenges they faced. In terms of visual storytelling, the film is a marvel. The cinematography captures the vastness of the ocean and the claustrophobic confines of the ship with equal skill. The color palette, dominated by shades of gray and blue, reflects the bleakness of the setting and the somber tone of the story. The visual effects are seamless, bringing the naval battles to life with a level of detail and authenticity that's truly impressive. The movie also boasts a hauntingly beautiful score by composer Blake Neely, whose music underscores the tension and emotion of the story. The score shifts effortlessly between soaring orchestral themes and understated melodies, adding another layer of depth to the film's narrative. As the credits roll, Greyhound leaves viewers with a sense of awe and gratitude. It's a film that not only entertains but also educates, shedding light on a lesser-known aspect of World War II history. With its compelling story, exceptional performances, and stunning visuals, it's a cinematic experience that's both thrilling and thought-provoking. In terms of visual storytelling, the film is a marvel. The cinematography captures the vastness of the ocean and the claustrophobic confines of the ship with equal skill. The color palette, dominated by shades of gray and blue, reflects the bleakness of the setting and the somber tone of the story. The visual effects are seamless, bringing the naval battles to life with a level of detail and authenticity that's truly impressive. The movie also boasts a hauntingly beautiful score by composer Blake Neely, whose music underscores the tension and emotion of the story. The score shifts effortlessly between soaring orchestral themes and understated melodies, adding another layer of depth to the film's narrative. As the credits roll, Greyhound leaves viewers with a sense of awe and gratitude. It's a film that not only entertains but also educates, shedding light on a lesser-known aspect of World War II history. With its compelling story, exceptional performances, and stunning visuals, it's a cinematic experience that's both thrilling and thought-provoking. And there you have it, friends, a deep dive into Greyhound 2020. If you've enjoyed this exploration, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more movie analyses and reviews. What were your favorite moments from the film? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, keep watching, keep exploring, and keep celebrating the magic of cinema. The story of Greyhound begins amidst the grim realities of World War II, plunging the audience straight into the chaos of 1942. The Atlantic Ocean is vast and unforgiving, its waves both a passage and a peril for the Allied convoy making its way toward Europe. Among the fleet of 37 merchant and naval vessels is the USS Greyhound, a Fletcher-class destroyer, and its unassuming but steadfast captain, Commander Ernest Krause, played with gripping authenticity by Tom Hanks. This is Krause's first wartime mission as a commanding officer, and the weight of responsibility hangs heavy on his shoulders. The early moments of the film establish the atmosphere of anticipation and tension. The convoy is just entering the most dangerous part of its journey, the Black Pit, a stretch of ocean where no air support can reach them, leaving the ships vulnerable to the German U-boat Wolfpack lurking beneath the icy waters. Krause is immediately confronted with the challenge of protecting not only his crew but also the lives of thousands aboard the other ships, all while ensuring that their precious cargo of war supplies reaches its destination. The first hours of the journey are deceptively calm, though the crew is already on edge. The sailors aboard the Greyhound work tirelessly, their duties mechanical yet crucial. Sonar pings echo through the ship, radar operators scan the waves, and lookouts peer into the endless horizon, searching for any sign of danger. Despite the relative quiet, a sense of unease permeates the air. Krause, a man of deep faith, is shown praying in his quarters, a brief but poignant moment that reveals the inner conflict of a leader who must balance personal doubts with the confidence his crew needs from him. It isn't long before the peace is shattered. A sonar operator detects an anomaly beneath the water, a faint but unmistakable echo that signals a U-boat on the prowl. Krause immediately orders the crew to battle stations, and the film's pulse quickens. The destroyer's engines roar to life as the ship maneuvers into a defensive position. Tension builds as the crew works with precision, each member relying on their training and the trust they have in their captain. Krause's calm yet decisive demeanor sets the tone for the encounter. He directs the Greyhound to intercept the U-boat before it can attack the convoy. What follows is a masterclass in naval strategy and suspense. The destroyer releases depth charges into the water, creating explosions that ripple through the waves in a cacophony of sound and spray. The crew holds their breath, listening for the telltale signs of a hit. For a moment, it seems they've succeeded. The sonar is silent, and the tension eases slightly. But the victory is short-lived. Another U-boat signal is detected, and the deadly game of cat and mouse continues. The Greyhound becomes the convoy's shield, darting between the merchant ships and the unseen enemy. The crew works tirelessly, their exhaustion evident but their determination unwavering. Krause himself refuses to rest, maintaining a near-constant presence on the bridge. He sips coffee to stave off fatigue, though he barely touches the meals brought to him by his steward. It's clear that he feels the weight of every decision, every life on board, and every life in the convoy. As the hours stretch into days, the wolf pack grows bolder. Multiple U-boats surface, their dark silhouettes cutting through the waves like predators circling their prey. The Greyhound engages in a fierce skirmish, its guns blazing as it attempts to drive the enemy back beneath the surface. The tension is palpable as the ship weaves through the convoy, firing at U-boats while dodging torpedoes aimed at both itself and the merchant vessels. One particularly harrowing moment occurs when a torpedo narrowly misses the Greyhound, passing so close that it's visible through the water. The crew's relief is short-lived, however, as a nearby ship in the convoy is less fortunate. The torpedo strikes its target, resulting in a devastating explosion that sends debris and smoke billowing into the sky. The scene is both visually stunning and emotionally gut-wrenching, a stark reminder of the stakes of their mission. Krause's resolve is tested further as he faces the psychological warfare employed by the wolf pack. The Germans broadcast taunting messages over the radio, their chilling voices mocking the Allies and promising destruction. The crew listens in silence, their expressions a mix of fear and anger. Krause, however, remains outwardly stoic, refusing to let the enemy's provocations shake his focus. He orders the crew to maintain their course and to trust in their training and each other amid the chaos. Small moments of humanity shine through. The camaraderie among the crew is evident in their interactions, from shared glances of reassurance to quick words of encouragement during lulls in the action. Krause's relationship with his officers and crew is professional but laced with quiet respect. He takes the time to listen to their reports and suggestions, valuing their expertise even as he bears the ultimate responsibility for every decision. As the convoy pushes deeper into the black pit, the constant strain begins to take its toll. Supplies of food and ammunition dwindle, and the crew's exhaustion becomes more apparent. Yet, their determination to protect the convoy never wavers. Krause's leadership is instrumental in maintaining morale, though it's clear that the burden he carries is immense. In quieter moments, his thoughts drift to his personal life, including a brief flashback to a tender farewell with his fiancée before the mission. It's a poignant reminder of what's at stake, not just the survival of the convoy, but the lives and futures of everyone involved. The first half of the story builds steadily, each encounter with the wolf pack ratcheting up the tension and stakes. The Greyhound proves to be both resilient and resourceful, outmaneuvering the enemy time and again, but the battle is far from over. Every victory feels hard-earned, and every loss is deeply felt. Krause's faith and determination remain unshaken, but the challenges he faces grow ever more daunting. The stage is set for an even more intense and harrowing journey ahead. As the convoy continues its perilous journey through the Black Pit, the tension aboard the Greyhound becomes almost unbearable. Commander Krause, though visibly exhausted, remains unwavering in his resolve. The crew looks to him as their beacon of strength amidst the chaos. Each passing hour without air support feels like an eternity, and every sonar ping signals a potential threat beneath the waves. The wolf pack, relentless and cunning, has yet to abandon its pursuit, and the stakes are higher than ever. Night falls over the convoy, shrouding the ships in an oppressive darkness. The stars provide faint illumination, but the sea is a black void, a fitting stage for the deadly drama unfolding. Krause orders the crew to maintain absolute vigilance. The sonar operator suddenly picks up multiple echoes. U-boats are closing in. The captain's calm but firm commands cut through the tension as the Greyhound springs into action. The destroyer's powerful searchlights sweep across the water, illuminating the enemy for brief, harrowing moments. Gunfire erupts, and the Greyhound unleashes another round of depth charges, the explosion sending massive geysers of water into the air. One of the U-boats surfaces, attempting a daring torpedo attack. The Greyhound engages in direct combat, its deck guns roaring to life. The intensity of the battle is heightened by the crew's precision and Krause's quick thinking. The destroyer lands a critical hit, sinking the U-boat in a fiery explosion. Cheers erupt among the crew, a rare moment of triumph in an otherwise grueling ordeal. But Krause doesn't allow himself to celebrate. There are still more enemies lurking beneath the surface. As dawn breaks, the convoy is battered but intact. The crew of the Greyhound barely has time to catch their breath before another crisis arises. A merchant ship has fallen behind due to mechanical issues, leaving it vulnerable to attack. Krause makes the difficult decision to divert the Greyhound from its position to protect the straggler. This maneuver exposes the destroyer to significant risk, but Krause knows it's the only way to ensure the ship's survival. The tension on the bridge is palpable as the Greyhound races to intercept a U-boat targeting the isolated vessel. The battle that ensues is one of the most intense yet. The U-boat fires torpedoes, forcing the Greyhound into a series of evasive maneuvers. Krause's years of experience and steady leadership are on full display as he commands the ship with precision. The Greyhound manages to destroy the U-boat just in time, but the victory comes at a cost. A stray torpedo grazes the destroyer, causing damage to its hull and taking out one of its gun turrets. The crew works frantically to repair the ship, their exhaustion evident but their determination unwavering. Throughout these trials, the psychological toll of the mission becomes increasingly apparent. The crew, though professional and disciplined, begins to show signs of wear. Krause himself is haunted by moments of self-doubt, questioning every decision he's made. His faith remains a source of solace, and he turns to prayer during quiet moments, seeking guidance and strength. The film doesn't shy away from these human vulnerabilities, making Krause's character all the more compelling. As the convoy nears the edge of the Black Pit, hope begins to glimmer on the horizon. Air support is finally within range, and the promise of safety feels tangible for the first time in days. But the wolf pack, desperate to inflict maximum damage before their window of opportunity closes, launches a final, all-out assault. Multiple U-boats surface simultaneously, their torpedoes cutting through the water like deadly harbingers. The Greyhound and the remaining escorts are thrust into a climactic battle, the likes of which they've never faced. The action is relentless, with the Greyhound at the center of the fray. Krause's leadership is tested to its limits as he directs the destroyer through a series of daring maneuvers. Depth charges are deployed with precision, and the ship's guns fire continuously, their barrels glowing red-hot. The crew operates like a well-oiled machine, each member playing their part with unwavering focus. The chaos is punctuated by moments of sheer terror, as torpedoes explode perilously close to the convoy and the sound of enemy fire echoes across the waves. In the midst of the battle, one of the merchant ships is struck and begins to sink. Krause is faced with an agonizing decision: stay with the convoy to fend off the remaining U-boats or break formation to rescue survivors. His sense of duty and compassion compel him to choose the latter. The Greyhound launches lifeboats, and the crew works tirelessly to pull survivors from the freezing water. It's a heart-wrenching sequence, showcasing the humanity amidst the brutality of war. As the final U-boats are destroyed or forced to retreat, the convoy emerges from the Black Pit. The arrival of Allied aircraft signals the end of the Wolf Pack's reign of terror. The sense of relief is almost palpable, a collective exhale after days of relentless tension. The Greyhound, battered but unbroken, has fulfilled its mission. Krause, standing on the bridge, allows himself a moment of quiet reflection. The camera lingers on his face, capturing the exhaustion, relief, and quiet pride of a man who has given everything to protect those under his care. The film closes with a poignant scene of the convoy continuing its journey, flanked by the protective wings of Allied planes. The Greyhound peels away, its mission complete, as the crew prepares to return to port. Krause finally takes a moment to rest, his faith and resolve intact. The audience is left with a profound sense of gratitude for the sacrifices made by those who served, and the film's final moments are a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. The characters of Greyhound are the beating heart of the film, each playing a vital role in the story's tension, humanity, and depth. At its core is Commander Ernest Krause, portrayed with quiet strength and vulnerability by Tom Hanks. Krause's character serves as the moral and emotional anchor of the film, a man driven by duty, faith, and a deep sense of responsibility for the lives under his care. His every decision carries the weight of the convoy's survival, and the film doesn't shy away from showing the immense toll this takes on him. Krause is a seasoned officer embarking on his first wartime mission as a commander. This juxtaposition of experience and novelty creates a fascinating tension within him. He is meticulous, relying on years of training and a strong moral compass to guide his actions. Yet, there's an undercurrent of self-doubt that humanizes him. The audience sees a man grappling with the enormity of his responsibilities, constantly questioning if he's done enough to ensure the safety of his crew and the convoy. Hanks' performance is a masterclass in restraint. Krause's emotions are often conveyed through subtle gestures, a furrowed brow, a fleeting look of concern, or the way he grips the railing as he surveys the chaos unfolding around him. His unwavering professionalism doesn't mask the inner turmoil he experiences. Moments of solitude, where he turns to prayer or reflects on his decisions, reveal a man seeking solace in his faith and grappling with the weight of command. These moments are deeply moving, providing a glimpse into the humanity of a character who might otherwise be seen as stoic. Krause's interactions with the crew further illuminate his character. He demands excellence but leads with a quiet compassion that earns their respect. He is quick to acknowledge their efforts, understanding that their morale is as crucial as their skills in such dire circumstances. One of the most poignant aspects of his leadership is his ability to make life-and-death decisions without losing sight of the human cost. Whether ordering an evasive maneuver that risks the ship or launching a rescue operation under enemy fire, Krause is always acutely aware of the stakes. The crew of the Greyhound provides a rich tapestry of characters, each contributing to the film's authenticity and emotional resonance. The officers and sailors under Krause's command are not merely background figures but individuals with distinct personalities and roles. From the young sonar operator whose every report could mean life or death to the seasoned helmsman who executes Krause's commands with precision, these characters bring the ship to life. One of the standout supporting characters is Charlie Cole, the radar and sonar operator. Cole's role is pivotal, as he acts as the ship's eyes and ears beneath the waves. His calm demeanor and technical expertise provide a stark contrast to the chaos around him. Cole's professionalism mirrors Krause's own, and their interactions highlight the importance of trust and teamwork. There's an unspoken bond between them, forged through shared responsibility and the understanding that each decision could have far-reaching consequences. The young mess steward, Cleveland, represents another layer of the crew's dynamic. His role might seem minor at first glance, but Cleveland's presence is a reminder of the human element aboard the ship. Tasked with serving Krause's meals and maintaining his quarters, Cleveland observes the commander's quiet struggles up close. Their brief exchanges, often punctuated by Cleveland's attempts to ensure Krause eats or rests, carry a subtle emotional weight. Through Cleveland, the audience sees Krause's reluctance to indulge in personal comfort while others are risking their lives. The adversaries in the film, the U-boat wolf pack, are faceless but no less compelling. They are an omnipresent threat, their tactics calculated and ruthless. While the film doesn't delve into their individual personalities, their presence looms large over every decision Krause and his crew make. The relentless pursuit and cunning maneuvers of the wolf pack create an atmosphere of paranoia and urgency. They are not just enemies but a manifestation of the unpredictable and unrelenting nature of war itself. The convoy, though not personified in the same way as the crew, serves as a collective character. Each ship represents countless lives, their fates intertwined with Krause's ability to lead. The merchant vessels are vulnerable, slow-moving targets, relying entirely on the destroyers for protection. Their fragility heightens the stakes and underscores the immense responsibility shouldered by Krause and his crew. The sinking of one such ship is a devastating moment, a reminder of the human cost of war and the limitations of even the most capable leaders. The interplay between the characters and their environment is another critical aspect of the film. The Greyhound itself feels alive, a character in its own right. The creaking of the ship, the hum of its engines, and the constant motion of the sea create a claustrophobic and immersive setting. The destroyer is both a sanctuary and a battleground, its tight corridors and crowded bridge amplifying the tension. The crew's interactions with the ship, adjusting its course, monitoring its systems, and manning its guns, are a testament to their unity and resilience. Krause's faith plays a subtle yet significant role in shaping his character. The Bible verses he recites and the prayers he offers reflect his reliance on a higher power to navigate the challenges he faces. This spiritual dimension adds depth to his character, highlighting an internal struggle between doubt and belief. His faith is not portrayed as a source of certainty but as a means of finding strength in uncertainty. It's a deeply human portrayal of a man seeking guidance in the face of overwhelming odds. The relationships among the crew members are another highlight of the film. While their interactions are often defined by the urgency of their mission, moments of camaraderie and mutual respect shine through. A brief exchange of encouragement, a shared look of determination, or a simple act of kindness speaks volumes about the bond they share. These moments remind the audience that beneath the uniforms and titles are individuals united by a common goal. As the film progresses, the crew's evolution mirrors Krause's own journey. They begin as a group of individuals brought together by circumstance but transform into a cohesive unit under his leadership. Their growth is a testament to Krause's ability to inspire and lead by example. The young crew members, in particular, look to him as a mentor, their confidence bolstered by his steady presence. The trust they place in him is palpable, and their unwavering support is a reflection of the respect he has earned. Krause's journey is one of self-discovery as much as it is about leadership. The film's climax, where he makes a series of bold decisions to protect the convoy, is a culmination of everything he has learned. His ability to adapt, trust his instincts, and prioritize the lives of others above his own solidifies his place as a remarkable leader. Yet, even in moments of triumph, Krause remains humble, his focus always on the greater mission. The conclusion of the film offers a poignant reflection on the character's sacrifices and resilience. As the Greyhound peels away from the convoy, its mission complete, the crew prepares to return to port. Krause's quiet moment of reflection, where he finally allows himself to rest, is a powerful reminder of the human cost of war. The audience is left with a deep appreciation for the courage and dedication of those who served, their stories brought to life through the film's richly drawn characters. Through its character-driven narrative, Greyhound captures the essence of leadership, teamwork, and the indomitable human spirit. Each character, from Krause to the youngest crew member, contributes to a story that is as much about survival as it is about the bonds forged in the crucible of war. Their journey is a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of adversity, a story that resonates long after the final credits roll. The story behind Greyhound is as intriguing as the film itself, filled with fascinating anecdotes, unexpected challenges, and unique insights into its creation. The film, which combines a taut narrative with stunning visual and auditory effects, didn't come together by accident. Every element was meticulously crafted, and in the process, some surprising and strange stories emerged that only add to the film's allure. One of the most striking aspects of Greyhound lies in its genesis. Tom Hanks, not only the film's lead but also its screenwriter, adapted the story from the novel The Good Shepherd by C.S. Forester. Hanks has long been fascinated by World War II, as evidenced by his involvement in Saving Private Ryan and the HBO series Band of Brothers. Writing the screenplay for Greyhound was a passion project for him, but it also came with its unique challenges. Forrester's novel is dense with naval jargon and intricate details about maritime warfare. Transforming this into a cinematic experience that would resonate with modern audiences required a delicate balance of authenticity and accessibility. Hanks spent months studying naval history, consulting with experts, and refining the script to ensure it remained faithful to its source material while being engaging for viewers. The film's production was anything but ordinary. Unlike many large-scale war films shot on location or using real ships, Greyhound relied heavily on soundstages and digital effects. The USS Kidd, a World War II-era Fletcher-class destroyer docked in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, served as the primary reference for the film's fictional USS Keeling. While some exterior shots of the USS Kidd were used, the majority of the interior scenes were recreated on soundstages in Los Angeles. The level of detail in these recreations was astonishing. Every lever, dial, and switch was designed to mimic the original destroyers, immersing the actors, and later the audience, in the environment. One unusual aspect of the production was the use of LED panels to simulate the ocean. Traditionally, water scenes are shot in massive tanks or even on open water, but this approach was deemed too risky and expensive. Instead, the filmmakers used cutting-edge LED technology to create a realistic ocean environment around the set. This allowed the actors to perform against a dynamic backdrop of rolling waves and changing skies, enhancing their immersion in the story. The LED panels were so convincing that crew members often found themselves feeling seasick while working on set. Sound design played a pivotal role in Greyhound, and the team faced some peculiar challenges in creating the film's auditory landscape. The film's tension relies heavily on the constant interplay of sonar pings, enemy torpedoes, and the roar of the ship's engines. To achieve authenticity, the sound designers spent weeks recording the actual sounds of vintage naval equipment. They even visited museums and naval archives to capture the unique acoustics of these ships. One surprising discovery was the way sound behaved inside the narrow metal corridors of a destroyer. The echoes and reverberations created a natural tension that the filmmakers amplified in post-production. Another intriguing story from the production involves the Wolf Pack, the U-boat adversaries in the film. Since the German submarines were largely represented through CGI, the animators and designers had to ensure their movements and strategies felt realistic. They consulted historical records and naval experts to recreate the Wolf Pack's infamous tactics. Interestingly, some of the submarine designs were based on blueprints discovered in declassified World War II documents. This attention to detail extended to the submarines' interiors, which, though rarely seen, were designed to be historically accurate. Tom Hanks' dedication to the project extended beyond writing and acting. On set, he was known for his hands-on approach, often stepping in to discuss scenes with the director and crew. One particularly touching story involves Hanks working closely with the younger actors to help them understand the gravity of their roles. Many of these actors were playing sailors who, in real life, would have been their age or younger. Hanks shared stories from his own research, emphasizing the bravery and sacrifices of these young men. His efforts helped foster a sense of camaraderie among the cast, Mirroring the bonds between the characters they portrayed, a fun piece of trivia involves the film's wardrobe. The naval uniforms worn by the cast were meticulously designed to match those of the 1940s, right down to the stitching and buttons. However, one unexpected challenge arose during filming. The uniforms were so authentic that they lacked the comfort of modern clothing. The woolen fabrics were itchy, and the tight collars proved challenging for the actors, especially during long shooting days. Despite these discomforts, the cast embraced the costumes, understanding their importance in grounding the film in its historical setting. Filming Greyhound was not without its lighter moments. One humorous anecdote involves the ship's galley scenes. To create a sense of authenticity, the props team decided to include real food on set. However, the constant heat from the lights and the lengthy shooting days caused the food to spoil quickly, leading to some less-than-pleasant smells wafting through the set. After a few days of this, the team switched to using fake food, much to the relief of the cast and crew. The release of Greyhound was itself an unusual event. Originally slated for a theatrical release, the film was delayed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Eventually, it was acquired by Apple TV+, marking a significant moment in the shift toward streaming platforms as a primary mode of distribution for blockbuster films. This move sparked debates within the industry about the future of cinema, with Greyhound standing as a prime example of how major films could find success outside traditional theaters. One of the most surprising aspects of the film's reception was its appeal to non-traditional war movie audiences. While it was expected to resonate with history buffs and military enthusiasts, the film's focus on character and tension drew in viewers who might not typically seek out such stories. The emotional depth of Krause's journey, combined with the film's technical brilliance, made it a hit across diverse demographics. The post-production process of Greyhound was another fascinating chapter in its story. Editing a film with such a tight runtime, just over 90 minutes, required precision and creativity. The team had to balance the relentless pace of the action with quieter moments of character development. One surprising choice was the decision to forego extensive backstories for the crew. Instead, the filmmakers relied on subtle cues, like a glance or a brief exchange, to hint at their histories and personalities. This minimalist approach kept the focus squarely on the mission, heightening the film's tension. Perhaps the strangest fact about Greyhound is its unique blend of simplicity and complexity. On the surface, it's a straightforward story of a naval battle, but beneath that lies a rich tapestry of history, emotion, and technical mastery. The film's ability to evoke both the grandeur of war and the intimate struggles of its characters is a testament to the dedication and passion of everyone involved in its creation. The legacy of Greyhound is enriched by these behind-the-scenes stories and unusual occurrences. They remind us that filmmaking, much like the naval missions depicted in the movie, is a collaborative effort filled with unexpected challenges and triumphs. These strange and fascinating facts only deepen our appreciation for the film, transforming it from a gripping war story into a testament to the artistry and ingenuity of cinema. The events of Greyhound are not just pieces of a thrilling naval battle. They form the backbone of a story that resonates deeply with themes of leadership, sacrifice, and the relentless fight against adversity. Each moment, crafted with meticulous detail, builds a larger narrative that speaks to the human condition amidst the chaos of war. Exploring the film through a critical lens reveals how these events transcend mere plot points to create a lasting emotional and thematic impact. At the heart of Greyhound is the story of Commander Ernest Krause, portrayed by Tom Hanks, whose journey encapsulates the emotional core of the film. Krause's character is introduced not as a seasoned war hero but as a man stepping into a critical leadership role for the first time. This decision by the filmmakers to focus on an untested leader rather than a battle-hardened veteran immediately sets the stage for a narrative steeped in tension and vulnerability. Krause's first moments on the USS Keeling are devoid of pomp and heroics. Instead, they are filled with quiet introspection. This subtlety serves as a powerful contrast to the high-stakes drama that unfolds later, grounding the film in a very human perspective. One of the most significant events in the film occurs early on when Krause makes the difficult decision to engage the first German U-boat. This moment is not merely an action-packed sequence. It is a turning point that tests Krause's resolve and establishes the stakes for the audience. The tension is palpable as Krause weighs his options, knowing that any hesitation could cost lives. This scene is masterfully shot, with close-ups of Krause's face revealing his inner turmoil. The decision to focus on his expressions rather than the action outside the ship underscores the film's thematic focus on leadership and the weight of responsibility. It's a moment that resonates not because of the explosions or the danger, but because it reveals the humanity of a man forced to make life-and-death choices under extreme pressure. Another critical event occurs during the relentless attacks by the wolf pack. These sequences are a masterclass in tension building, with the filmmakers using sound, pacing, and visual cues to create an atmosphere of suffocating dread. The eerie sonar pings, the sudden bursts of enemy fire, and the frantic commands echoing through the ship form a sensory assault that mirrors the crew's experience. From a critical perspective, these scenes are not just about the action but about the psychological toll of warfare. The repetitive nature of the attacks, with little time for respite, serves to wear down both the characters and the audience, immersing viewers in the relentless grind of the Battle of the Atlantic. One of the film's most poignant moments comes when Krause orders the burial at sea for a fallen crew member. This scene, quiet and somber, stands in stark contrast to the chaos of battle. The camera lingers on the flag-draped body as it is lowered into the ocean, a reminder of the human cost of war. The use of natural lighting and the sound of the waves lend the scene a stark realism that is both beautiful and heartbreaking. From a thematic perspective, this moment encapsulates the duality of war, its heroism and its tragedy. It also highlights Krause's compassion and his unwavering commitment to his crew, further endearing him to the audience. The thematic resonance of Greyhound is deeply tied to its portrayal of duty and sacrifice. The film repeatedly emphasizes the idea that leadership is not about glory but about service. Krause's character embodies this principle, often foregoing meals and rest to remain vigilant. One particularly striking scene shows him standing on the bridge, weary and bloodied, yet refusing to leave his post. The physical and emotional toll is evident, but Krause's unwavering resolve becomes a symbol of endurance. This depiction of selflessness resonates on a universal level, transcending the specifics of the setting to speak to broader ideas of responsibility and resilience. The climactic battle, where Krause outmaneuvers the remaining U-boats, is a culmination of the film's themes and a testament to his growth as a leader. This sequence is both thrilling and emotionally charged, with the filmmakers using every tool at their disposal to heighten the stakes. The camera work becomes more frenetic, mirroring the chaos of the moment, while the score swells to underscore the tension. Yet, amidst the action, the focus remains on Krause and his crew. The decision to intercut between the bridge, the engine room, and the deck creates a sense of unity, emphasizing the collective effort required to achieve victory. This choice reinforces one of the film's central messages, that success in the face of adversity is rarely the result of individual heroics but of teamwork and collaboration. The film's reception has been shaped by its ability to evoke these themes in a way that feels both authentic and emotionally resonant. Critics and audiences alike have praised Greyhound for its tight pacing and immersive storytelling, with many highlighting its focus on character over spectacle as a strength. However, some have critiqued the lack of backstory for the supporting characters, arguing that this choice limits the emotional impact of their sacrifices. From a critical perspective, this decision can be seen as both a limitation and a strength. While it may reduce the depth of the supporting cast, it also keeps the narrative laser-focused on Krause, allowing his journey to take center stage. One of the film's most intriguing aspects is its exploration of the psychological effects of leadership during wartime. Unlike many war films that focus on camaraderie or the horrors of combat, Greyhound delves into the isolating nature of command. Krause is often shown alone, whether standing on the bridge or praying in his quarters. These moments of solitude are a stark reminder of the burden he carries, a theme that is subtly reinforced by the film's visual and auditory design. The muted colors and the constant hum of the ship's engines create an atmosphere of tension and unease, mirroring Krause's internal state. The film's emotional resonance extends beyond its characters to its broader themes of sacrifice and duty. The constant threat posed by the wolf pack serves as a metaphor for the unpredictability and relentlessness of life's challenges. Krause's journey, with its moments of doubt and triumph, becomes a microcosm of the human experience, resonating with audiences on a deeply personal level. This thematic depth is one of the reasons Greyhound has left such a lasting impression, elevating it from a straightforward war film to a profound exploration of resilience and humanity. From a critical perspective, Greyhound is a triumph of restraint and focus. Its streamlined narrative, combined with its emphasis on character and theme, sets it apart from other films in the genre. By choosing to tell a specific story with precision and authenticity, the filmmakers have created a work that feels both intimate and epic, a rare feat in modern cinema. The significant events of the film, whether it's the tense naval battles or the quiet moments of reflection, are not just plot points but pieces of a larger narrative that speaks to the enduring spirit of those who serve in the face of adversity. Through its careful craftsmanship and emotional depth, Greyhound has secured its place as a poignant and impactful cinematic experience. The making of Greyhound was an intricate dance of creativity, historical reverence, and modern filmmaking ingenuity. As with many films set in specific historical contexts, bringing this story to life required a blend of dedication, technical mastery, and the vision to adapt C.S. Forester's 1955 novel, The Good Shepherd, into a compelling cinematic narrative. Behind the tightly paced and emotionally gripping sequences lay months of painstaking effort, collaboration, and moments of serendipitous creativity. One of the most intriguing aspects of the film's production was its script, penned by none other than Tom Hanks. Having already proven his passion for history and storytelling through earlier projects like Band of Brothers and Saving Private Ryan, Hanks brought his extensive knowledge and personal passion to the screenplay. His goal was clear: to create a war film that was as authentic and immersive as possible, while still focusing on the emotional and psychological toll on its central character, Commander Ernest Krause. Writing the script was not just a professional challenge for Hanks but also a deeply personal journey. It's said that he often delved into naval archives, poring over historical records and journals to ensure the script's fidelity to real-life events. The film's production design was another cornerstone of its success. Since much of the story takes place aboard the USS Keeling, a fictional destroyer, creating an authentic yet cinematic environment was paramount. The production team turned to retired naval vessels to replicate the claustrophobic and high-stakes atmosphere of a World War II destroyer. The interiors were meticulously recreated to reflect the cramped quarters and utilitarian design of a warship. However, shooting on these ships came with its own set of challenges. The tight spaces often made it difficult to position cameras and crew, forcing the filmmakers to employ creative solutions, such as rigging cameras on gimbals or using compact rigs to capture dynamic angles. This decision paid off, as it allowed audiences to feel as though they were right there with the crew, navigating the treacherous Atlantic. Filming on water is notoriously challenging, and Greyhound was no exception. To simulate the choppy, unpredictable waves of the Atlantic, the production team constructed massive water tanks and employed advanced CGI technology. The use of motion-controlled rigs helped replicate the ship's movements, adding a layer of realism to the scenes. Interestingly, many of the stormy weather conditions depicted in the film were inspired by real meteorological data from the time period. The filmmakers even consulted oceanographers and meteorologists to ensure the depiction of the North Atlantic was as accurate as possible. One of the most fascinating behind-the-scenes anecdotes involved the sound design. The distinctive sonar pings and engine hums that underscore much of the film's tension were not merely added for dramatic effect. The sound team spent months researching and sourcing authentic recordings of naval equipment from the 1940s. In some cases, they even reconstructed the sounds digitally, using blueprints of vintage machinery to simulate how it would have sounded during the war. This level of detail extended to the dialogue as well. Naval jargon and commands were not only accurate but also delivered with a rhythm and urgency that mirrored real-life operations. Tom Hanks worked closely with a naval historian to ensure that every line of dialogue felt genuine, further immersing the audience in the experience. The visual effects team also played a crucial role in bringing the story to life. While the film relied heavily on practical sets, The oceanic battles and sweeping vistas of the Atlantic were primarily created using CGI. The team used a combination of pre-visualization techniques and real-time rendering to map out the naval encounters, ensuring that the movements of the ships and submarines were both strategic and visually compelling. Fun fact: the Wolf Pack, the infamous group of German U-boats, was modeled using historical data, with each submarine's position and strategy meticulously planned to match real-life tactics. The cast's dedication added another layer of authenticity to the film. Tom Hanks, known for his immersive approach to roles, spent weeks learning the nuances of naval command. He worked with military advisors to understand everything from the correct posture and gestures of a commanding officer to the subtle ways in which authority is communicated through tone and body language. The supporting cast underwent rigorous training as well. Before filming began, the actors participated in a naval boot camp, where they were taught how to operate machinery, follow naval protocols, and execute commands under pressure. This preparation allowed them to move and act like seasoned sailors, even in the most chaotic and intense scenes. An amusing yet insightful story from the set involved Stephen Graham, who played Charlie Cole, Krause's loyal second-in-command. During one particularly intense scene, the cast was so immersed in their roles that they accidentally continued following Krause's orders even after the director yelled, "Cut!" This moment not only highlighted the actors' commitment but also underscored the immersive atmosphere the filmmakers had cultivated on set. Not everything went smoothly, of course. The production faced its share of challenges, including tight deadlines and unexpected weather disruptions. One particularly memorable incident occurred during the filming of a storm sequence. Despite the controlled environment of the water tanks, the machinery malfunctioned, causing a wave generator to produce a much larger wave than anticipated. The cast and crew were drenched, and some equipment had to be replaced. However, the footage captured during this mishap ended up being used in the final cut, as it perfectly captured the chaotic energy of a battle in rough seas. The music of Greyhound also deserves special mention. The score, composed by Blake Neely, was designed to complement the film's tension and emotional depth. Neely used a combination of traditional orchestral instruments and synthesized sounds to create a soundtrack that felt both timeless and modern. One fascinating detail is that the rhythmic patterns in the music often mirrored the pulse of a heartbeat, subtly heightening the audience's anxiety during key moments. Neely also incorporated motifs that echoed naval themes, such as the sound of ship horns and sonar pings, weaving them seamlessly into the score. Interestingly, one of the film's most significant moments, a silent exchange between Krause and a young sailor, was not originally in the script. It was improvised on set after Hanks noticed the actor's nervous demeanor during a break. The unscripted interaction was so genuine and moving that the director decided to include it in the film, capturing a fleeting but profound moment of human connection amidst the chaos of war. The release of Greyhound also had its own unique story. Initially planned as a theatrical release, the film was ultimately acquired by Apple TV Plus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This decision marked a turning point for both the film and the platform, as Greyhound became one of the most watched premieres on Apple TV Plus. While some critics lamented the lack of a traditional theatrical experience, others praised the film for adapting to the circumstances and delivering a high-quality viewing experience to audiences at home. The production of Greyhound is a testament to the power of collaboration, creativity, and an unwavering commitment to authenticity. Every decision, from the choice of shooting locations to the meticulous sound design, was made with the goal of transporting audiences to the heart of the Atlantic during one of history's most perilous times. Behind the action-packed sequences and emotional depth lies a tapestry of fascinating stories, innovative techniques, and the passion of a dedicated team determined to honor the men and women who served during World War II. The world of Greyhound is one built on tension, isolation, and the relentless churn of the Atlantic Ocean. The film's setting is as much a character as the people aboard the USS Keeling, and its design and execution are integral to the story's impact. Every detail, from the wide, foreboding expanse of the ocean to the cramped, nerve-wracking interiors of the destroyer, contributes to an immersive experience that grips the audience from the very first frame. At the heart of the story is the USS Keeling, code-named Greyhound, a destroyer tasked with protecting an Allied convoy during World War II. The ship's design is both practical and cinematic. Its steel walls and labyrinthine corridors evoke the utilitarianism of wartime machinery, yet they also serve as a visual metaphor for the emotional and psychological confinement of the crew. The filmmakers worked meticulously to recreate the destroyer, using historical blueprints and consulting naval experts to ensure accuracy. The production team even incorporated weathered textures and signs of wear on the ship's surfaces, lending authenticity to the setting and reinforcing the harsh conditions faced by the sailors. The ship's bridge is a focal point for much of the action, a space where critical decisions are made and the weight of command is palpable. It is here that Commander Ernest Krause, played by Tom Hanks, spends most of his time, grappling with the immense responsibility of leading his crew. The bridge is a tight, enclosed space filled with dials, gauges, and maps, creating an atmosphere of constant vigilance. The cinematography amplifies this feeling, employing close-up shots and tight framing to emphasize the claustrophobia and intensity of life aboard the Greyhound. These visual choices draw the audience into the action, making them feel as if they are standing shoulder to shoulder with the crew. The Atlantic Ocean itself is another pivotal element of the film's setting. Spanning vast, seemingly endless horizons, the ocean is both a battlefield and a symbol of isolation. The filmmakers capture its duality with breathtaking precision, alternating between serene, reflective shots of the sea at dawn and chaotic, turbulent sequences during battle. The shifting moods of the ocean mirror the emotional journey of the characters, transitioning from moments of quiet determination to frenzied urgency as danger approaches. The interplay between light and shadow on the water's surface adds an almost poetic quality to the visuals, contrasting the beauty of nature with the brutality of war. To achieve the film's striking oceanic visuals, the production relied on a combination of practical effects and cutting-edge CGI. The team built massive water tanks to replicate the unpredictable movements of the ocean, while digital effects were used to extend the horizon and create stormy conditions. The attention to detail was remarkable. Even the color palette of the water was carefully chosen to reflect the cold, gray hues of the North Atlantic. These choices not only enhance the film's realism but also immerse the audience in the crew's perilous journey. The use of sound plays a significant role in establishing the film's setting and atmosphere. The constant hum of the ship's engines, the rhythmic ping of sonar, and the distant echoes of enemy submarines create an auditory landscape that is both immersive and unsettling. The sound design is intricately layered, with each element contributing to the tension and urgency of the story. For example, the sonar pings grow louder and more frequent as the Greyhound approaches enemy vessels, mirroring the rising stakes and the crew's escalating anxiety. The soundscape is so meticulously crafted that even moments of silence carry weight, emphasizing the gravity of the situation and the fragility of life during wartime. Lighting and color also play crucial roles in shaping the film's mood and tone. The interiors of the ship are dimly lit, with shadows pooling in corners and light spilling through narrow windows, creating an atmosphere of both secrecy and vulnerability. This subdued lighting contrasts sharply with the harsh, unforgiving brightness of the ocean, where the crew is exposed to the elements and the ever-present threat of enemy attack. The film's color grading leans heavily on cool tones, blues, grays, and whites, evoking the icy conditions of the North Atlantic and underscoring the isolation of the convoy. These visual choices are complemented by moments of warmth, such as the golden hues of a sunrise, which provide brief respites from the tension and remind the audience of the humanity at the core of the story. One of the film's most visually striking sequences occurs during a nighttime battle. The darkness of the ocean is pierced by the sudden flare of explosions, the glow of tracer rounds, and the eerie light of flares used to signal the convoy. This interplay of light and shadow creates a hauntingly beautiful tableau that highlights the chaos and danger of naval warfare. The cinematography during these scenes is dynamic and fluid, capturing the movement of the ships and the intensity of the battle with a visceral energy. The camera often follows the action from Krause's perspective, giving the audience a first-hand view of the challenges and split-second decisions required to survive. The convoy itself is another fascinating aspect of the film's setting. Comprised of merchant ships, supply vessels, and escort destroyers, The convoy represents both a lifeline for the Allied war effort and a prime target for German U-boats. The filmmakers used the convoy to illustrate the complexity and stakes of the mission. Wide shots of the convoy stretching across the horizon convey its scale, while closer shots of individual ships underscore the vulnerability of each vessel. The convoy becomes a visual representation of the collective effort required to overcome adversity, a theme that resonates throughout the film. The film's pacing and editing also contribute to its immersive atmosphere. The story unfolds in real time, with each scene seamlessly transitioning into the next, creating a sense of urgency and continuity. The editing is precise and purposeful, cutting between the different areas of the ship to highlight the interconnectedness of the crew's efforts. For example, a scene showing the radar operator tracking enemy submarines might cut to the engine room, where the crew works tirelessly to maintain the ship's speed, before returning to the bridge for Krause's strategic decisions. This approach not only keeps the audience engaged, but also underscores the teamwork and coordination required to navigate the treacherous waters of the Atlantic. Perhaps one of the most understated yet powerful aspects of the film's setting is its ability to evoke a sense of history. The attention to detail in the ship's design, the uniforms of the crew, and the protocols of naval command transport the audience to a specific moment in time. The film does not simply recreate the past. It immerses the audience in it, allowing them to experience the sights, sounds, and emotions of a World War II naval convoy. Greyhound uses its setting and cinematic elements to craft a story that is both thrilling and deeply human. From the vastness of the Atlantic to the confines of the USS Keeling, every aspect of the film's design serves to enhance its atmosphere and emotional resonance. The interplay of visuals, sound, and storytelling creates an experience that is as immersive as it is unforgettable, drawing the audience into a world of danger, sacrifice, and unyielding determination. The behind-the-scenes journey of Greyhound is as riveting as the film itself, filled with moments of creativity, camaraderie, and determination to bring a historical naval story to life. From the early stages of pre-production to the final days of filming, the process was one of immense collaboration, innovation, and problem-solving. It's a story not just about making a movie, but about a shared passion for storytelling and historical accuracy. The heart of the project was undoubtedly Tom Hanks, who not only starred as Commander Ernest Krause but also wrote the screenplay. Hanks had long been fascinated by naval history, and adapting C.S. Forester's novel The Good Shepherd was a passion project for him. His involvement went far beyond acting. He worked closely with the director, production team, and historical consultants to ensure the film remained authentic to its World War II setting. Hanks reportedly carried a dog-eared copy of the book with him on set, often referring to it during breaks to discuss character nuances and plot details with the crew. One of the most surprising elements of the production was the ship itself. While the USS Keeling is a fictional vessel, the filmmakers wanted its representation to feel real and grounded. To achieve this, the production team used the USS Kidd, a preserved Fletcher-class destroyer docked in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. The Kidd provided the filmmakers with an authentic backdrop, and much of the filming took place on the ship's deck and interior. However, shooting on a historical ship presented unique challenges. The cramped spaces and narrow corridors of the destroyer made it difficult to maneuver cameras and lighting equipment. To overcome this, the crew employed innovative solutions, such as custom-built rigs and compact cameras, allowing them to capture the action without disrupting the ship's integrity. Filming aboard the USS Kidd wasn't without its lighter moments. The ship, being a museum piece, still contained artifacts and exhibits, which occasionally found their way into scenes. On one occasion, a crew member noticed a vintage sign in the background of a shot that read, "No smoking." While it was historically accurate, it became an inside joke among the team, as the stress of filming often left them longing for a smoke break themselves. Hanks, ever the team player, turned the moment into a bit of levity, jokingly declaring the set a no-stress zone for the day. The dynamic among the cast and crew was one of mutual respect and camaraderie. Tom Hanks, known for his approachable demeanor, often went out of his way to ensure everyone felt valued. He made it a point to learn the names of every crew member, from camera operators to set decorators, and frequently hosted informal gatherings after long days of shooting. One crew member recalled a memorable evening when Hanks brought a portable karaoke machine to a rap party and performed a spirited rendition of Anchors Aweigh, much to the delight of everyone present. Director Schneider brought his meticulous eye for detail to the production, ensuring that every frame of the film reflected the tension and urgency of a naval convoy under attack. Schneider worked closely with the cinematographer to create a visual language that conveyed both the scale of the Atlantic and the intimacy of the ship's interior. This collaboration extended to the visual effects team, who faced the monumental task of creating realistic ocean battles. While practical effects were used whenever possible, such as water tanks and physical explosions, CGI was employed to bring the vastness of the ocean and the menace of enemy submarines to life. The result was a seamless blend of practical and digital effects that transported audiences into the heart of the action. The sound design was another critical aspect of the film, and its creation was an adventure in itself. The team spent weeks studying recordings of World War II-era destroyers and naval engagements to recreate the auditory experience of life aboard a warship. The sonar pings, the thrum of the engines, and the distant boom of depth charges were all carefully layered to immerse viewers in the tension of the convoy's journey. One particularly challenging sequence involved replicating the sound of torpedoes cutting through the water. The sound engineers experimented with everything from dropping stones into tanks to manipulating recordings of bullet ricochets, eventually finding the perfect combination to achieve the desired effect. The production wasn't without its hurdles. Weather proved to be a significant challenge during outdoor shoots. Louisiana's unpredictable climate often disrupted filming schedules, with sudden downpours forcing the crew to improvise. To maintain continuity, the team used massive rain machines and wind turbines to simulate storm conditions during calmer days. These efforts not only kept the production on track but also added to the film's authenticity, with the manufactured storms blending seamlessly into the story. Another challenge was the intense physical demands placed on the cast, particularly during scenes of combat and crisis. The actors had to navigate the ship's cramped quarters while performing complex choreography, all while delivering emotionally charged performances. To prepare for these scenes, the cast underwent rigorous training, including naval drills and exercises to familiarize themselves with the movements and commands of a World War II destroyer crew. This training paid off, as the cast's movements and interactions felt natural and convincing, lending credibility to the film's portrayal of naval warfare. Despite the physical and technical demands, the cast and crew found ways to inject humor and camaraderie into the production. One favorite pastime was a daily trivia game hosted by Hanks, who would quiz the team on World War II history, movie trivia, and random facts. The game became a beloved tradition, with small prizes awarded to the winners. It was a way to lighten the mood and foster a sense of community, even during the most grueling days of filming. Post-production brought its own set of challenges, particularly in the editing room. The film's pacing was crucial to maintaining the tension and urgency of the story, and Schneider worked closely with the editors to strike the right balance. The team meticulously pieced together sequences, ensuring that every cut heightened the stakes and kept audiences on the edge of their seats. The score, composed by Blake Neely, was also a key element of the post-production process. Neely's music, a blend of orchestral and electronic elements, captured the film's themes of courage, sacrifice, and perseverance, elevating the emotional impact of the story. One of the most heartwarming aspects of the production was the involvement of veterans and historians, who provided invaluable insights and feedback. The filmmakers consulted with naval experts to ensure accuracy in everything from the ship's operations to the crew's uniforms. Several World War II veterans were invited to visit the set, where they shared their experiences and offered advice to the cast and crew. Their presence was a poignant reminder of the real-life heroes who inspired the story, and their stories added depth and authenticity to the film. As Greyhound sailed toward completion, the cast and crew reflected on the journey they had undertaken together. For many, it was more than just a film. It was a tribute to the bravery and resilience of those who served during World War II. The challenges they faced during production were a testament to the spirit of teamwork and determination that defined the project. In the end, Greyhound emerged as a powerful and gripping cinematic experience, shaped by the dedication and creativity of everyone involved. The themes and symbolism of Greyhound create a profound emotional and intellectual tapestry, transforming a gripping naval war drama into a story of human endurance, leadership, and moral conflict. Beneath the surface of torpedo strikes and naval skirmishes lies a film rich with deeper meanings and resonances, exploring ideas that resonate far beyond the confines of its World War II setting. At its core, Greyhound is a story about duty and sacrifice. Commander Ernest Krause, played by Tom Hanks, embodies the weight of leadership under unimaginable pressure. The theme of duty is omnipresent, underscored by the relentless tension of the mission to protect the convoy. Krause's unwavering focus on his responsibilities reflects the essence of military commitment, placing the safety of others above personal comfort or survival. His every decision is a reminder of the heavy burden of command, where a single mistake could cost hundreds of lives. This theme connects deeply with the audience, highlighting the universal struggle of making tough choices in the face of adversity. Another prominent theme is faith and spirituality. Throughout the film, Krause is shown to be a man of faith, quietly praying during moments of reflection. His relationship with religion serves as both a source of strength and a reminder of his humanity. The simple act of saying grace before his long-delayed meals reveals a vulnerability that contrasts with his stoic demeanor on the bridge. This recurring motif subtly underscores the idea that even the strongest leaders are sustained by something greater than themselves, whether it be faith, moral principles, or hope. The theme of isolation is also intricately woven into the narrative. Despite being surrounded by his crew, Krause often appears isolated, both physically and emotionally. The bridge, where he spends most of his time, becomes a symbol of this separation. It's a confined, high-pressure environment where decisions are made in solitude, even as the weight of those decisions affects everyone aboard. This isolation mirrors the broader experience of naval warfare, where ships traverse vast, empty oceans, their crews cut off from the world and reliant only on each other. The film also delves into the theme of time, particularly the relentless march of it. The convoy's journey is measured in hours and minutes, each one bringing them closer to safety or danger. The ticking clock serves as a constant reminder of the fragility of life and the high stakes of their mission. This temporal tension is mirrored in Krause's character arc as he struggles to reconcile his past, present, and uncertain future. His reflections on a failed relationship add layers to his character, showing how time and duty have shaped his life in profound ways. Symbolism plays a critical role in amplifying these themes. The ocean itself is a powerful symbol, representing both freedom and danger. Its vastness and unpredictability mirror the chaos of war, where survival often feels like a matter of chance. The gray, stormy skies and churning waves create a visual metaphor for the turbulence within Krause and the constant threat faced by the convoy. The ever-present sonar pings echo like a heartbeat, symbolizing the fragile line between life and death. The wolves and the sheep metaphor, referenced through radio communication with the convoy, is another striking symbol. The convoy is likened to defenseless sheep, while the German U-boats are predatory wolves lurking beneath the surface. This imagery not only encapsulates the peril of the mission but also reinforces the theme of guardianship. Krause and his crew are the shepherds, tasked with protecting their flock at all costs. This dynamic underscores the moral weight of their actions, emphasizing the fine line between heroism and sacrifice. The film's use of color and lighting further enhances its symbolism. The muted tones of the convoy's journey, grays, blues, and blacks, reflect the grim reality of war and the somber mood of the narrative. In contrast, moments of sunlight breaking through the clouds serve as fleeting symbols of hope and relief. These visual cues subtly guide the audience's emotions, highlighting the tension between despair and resilience. Sound also plays a symbolic role, particularly the relentless sonar pings and the distant roar of enemy torpedoes. These auditory elements create a sense of constant vigilance, reminding viewers of the unseen threats lurking just below the surface. The sounds of the ship, creaking metal, the hum of engines, and the barked commands of the crew become a symphony of survival, reinforcing the theme of unity and teamwork. The character of Krause himself is a living symbol of perseverance and humility. His polished shoes, which he meticulously maintains despite the chaos around him, symbolize his adherence to discipline and order. They are a small but significant reminder of his identity and values, even in the face of overwhelming odds. Similarly, his refusal to eat until his crew is safe highlights his selflessness and dedication, making him a symbol of true leadership. The relationship between Krause and his crew also carries symbolic weight. The crew looks to him for guidance, their trust a testament to his competence and character. This dynamic symbolizes the broader idea of interdependence, where survival depends on collective effort and mutual trust. The moments of camaraderie among the crew, whether it's a shared glance or a quick exchange of words, serve as symbols of human connection in the midst of chaos. The final act of the film, where the convoy reaches safety and Krause finally allows himself a moment of rest, is rich with thematic and symbolic significance. It represents not just the completion of a mission, but also a deeper resolution. The convoy's survival is a testament to courage, strategy, and faith, while Krause's quiet retreat to his quarters symbolizes the toll of leadership and the bittersweet nature of victory. The small, personal gesture of finally sitting down to eat his breakfast, a meal now cold and unappetizing, becomes a poignant symbol of his sacrifice and humanity. In conclusion, Greyhound uses its themes and symbolism to elevate its narrative from a straightforward war drama to a meditation on leadership, faith, and resilience. The film's exploration of duty, isolation, and time resonates deeply with audiences, while its rich symbolism enhances the emotional and intellectual impact of the story. Through its carefully crafted visuals, sounds, and character arcs, Greyhound invites viewers to reflect on the complexities of war and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Each theme and symbol is a thread in the film's tapestry, weaving together a story that is as thought-provoking as it is thrilling. The filmmaking techniques used in Greyhound are a masterclass in creating tension, immersion, and narrative clarity. From the very first scene, the film plunges viewers into the high-stakes world of naval warfare, relying on innovative methods to craft a deeply atmospheric experience. What makes Greyhound particularly compelling is how these techniques seamlessly blend with the story's pacing and thematic depth, leaving audiences riveted from start to finish. One of the most striking aspects of Greyhound is its laser-focused narrative structure. The film doesn't waste a second. Nearly every frame is dedicated to the tension and urgency of Commander Krause's mission. This tight structure is enhanced by sharp, deliberate editing that keeps the audience in a state of constant engagement. Instead of lingering on extraneous subplots or character backstories, the film uses quick cuts and precise transitions to emphasize the immediacy of the convoy's peril. Editor Mark Suzuki and his team worked meticulously to maintain this rhythm, ensuring that viewers feel as though they are right there on the bridge, experiencing the relentless pressure alongside Krause and his crew. Cinematography plays a pivotal role in shaping the film's atmosphere. Director of photography Shelley Johnson employs a combination of wide-angle shots and intimate close-ups to convey both the vastness of the ocean and the claustrophobia of the ship's bridge. The open sea, with its endless horizon and churning waves, becomes a character in its own right, a symbol of both freedom and danger. The camera often captures the convoy from above, showing the ships as small, vulnerable dots against an overwhelming expanse of water. These aerial shots not only highlight the convoy's fragility but also establish the scale of their mission. In contrast, the interior shots aboard the USS Keeling are tightly framed, creating a sense of confinement and tension. The bridge, where most of the action takes place, is depicted as a nerve center of activity, with the camera capturing the constant movement of crew members and the ever-changing data on radar screens. This visual juxtaposition between the vastness of the ocean and the cramped quarters of the ship underscores the isolation and pressure faced by the characters, amplifying the film's emotional impact. Sound design is another standout element in Greyhound. The film relies heavily on auditory cues to heighten tension and immerse viewers in the naval warfare experience. From the rhythmic ping of the sonar to the distant rumble of approaching torpedoes, every sound is meticulously crafted to evoke a visceral reaction. The relentless hum of the ship's engines serves as a constant reminder of the convoy's vulnerability, while the sharp clang of metal against metal during combat sequences adds a jarring, almost primal intensity. Sound designer David Farmer and his team deserve immense credit for their work, as the audio landscape of Greyhound becomes an integral part of the storytelling. Hans Zimmer's musical score complements the sound design beautifully, striking a delicate balance between subtlety and grandeur. The score avoids overdramatization, instead opting for understated, atmospheric compositions that underscore the film's tension and gravity. The music swells during moments of triumph and recedes during scenes of introspection, mirroring the emotional beats of the story. This dynamic approach to scoring enhances the viewer's connection to the characters and their struggles, making the stakes feel even more personal. The visual effects in Greyhound are nothing short of remarkable. Given that the film was shot almost entirely on a soundstage, the seamless integration of CGI and practical effects is a testament to the skill of the production team. The ocean, the ships, and even the enemy U-boats were largely created through digital effects, yet they appear completely realistic. The VFX team, led by Pete Bebb, paid meticulous attention to detail, ensuring that every wave, every ripple, and every explosion felt authentic. This realism is crucial to the film's immersive quality, as any hint of artificiality would have broken the audience's suspension of disbelief. Director Aaron Schneider's approach to staging the action sequences is another highlight. The naval battles are choreographed with precision, blending chaos with clarity. Each skirmish is carefully mapped out, with the camera capturing the frenetic movement of the crew and the unfolding battle outside. Schneider avoids the temptation to rely solely on spectacle, instead focusing on the human element of warfare. The audience sees the battles not just from the perspective of the ships but also through the eyes of the characters, adding a layer of emotional depth to the action. Lighting also plays a crucial role in establishing the film's mood. The cold, muted tones of the ocean are contrasted with the warm, dim lighting inside the ship, creating a visual dichotomy that mirrors the characters' internal and external struggles. The use of shadow and light on Krause's face, in particular, underscores his emotional state. During moments of doubt or contemplation, his face is often partially obscured, symbolizing the weight of his decisions and the uncertainty of the outcome. The pacing of the film is a direct result of its tight script and efficient direction. Tom Hanks, who not only stars as Krause but also wrote the screenplay, structures the narrative to mirror the relentless nature of the mission. The film rarely slows down, maintaining a sense of urgency that keeps viewers on edge. This approach is risky, as it leaves little room for traditional character development, but Hanks compensates by infusing his performance with subtle nuances that reveal Krause's inner life. The production process of Greyhound was not without its challenges. Filming on a soundstage meant that the cast had to rely heavily on their imagination and the director's vision to bring the story to life. Tom Hanks and the ensemble cast worked closely with Schneider to ensure that their performances felt grounded and authentic, even in the absence of real-world stimuli. This collaboration resulted in performances that are both restrained and emotionally resonant, capturing the stoicism and humanity of the characters. The release of Greyhound during the COVID-19 pandemic added an unexpected layer to its production history. Originally intended for a theatrical release, the film was instead acquired by Apple TV Plus and premiered on the streaming platform. This shift not only brought the film to a wider audience but also highlighted the adaptability of the industry in the face of unprecedented challenges. Despite the change in distribution, Greyhound performed exceptionally well, receiving critical acclaim and becoming one of the platform's most watched titles. Box office performance, in this case, is measured by the film's streaming success rather than traditional ticket sales. By all accounts, Greyhound exceeded expectations, proving that a tightly crafted, character-driven story can resonate with audiences even in a non-theatrical format. The film's success also underscores the enduring appeal of Tom Hanks as a leading man and the timeless allure of stories about heroism and sacrifice. In conclusion, Greyhound is a triumph of filmmaking technique and storytelling craft. Its use of sound, editing, cinematography, and visual effects creates an immersive experience that captures the tension and stakes of naval warfare. The production team's meticulous attention to detail and innovative approach to overcoming challenges make the film a standout entry in the war genre. Whether viewed as a technical achievement or a character-driven drama, Greyhound is a testament to the power of cinema to transport, inspire, and resonate with audiences. The cast of Greyhound is central to the film's success, with each actor contributing layers of emotion and authenticity that make this high-stakes wartime drama so impactful. At the forefront is Tom Hanks, whose portrayal of Commander Ernest Krause serves as the film's emotional anchor. Hanks is no stranger to roles that require a balance of quiet strength and deep vulnerability, but in Greyhound, he takes it to another level, delivering a performance that feels both understated and heroic. In interviews, Hanks revealed that playing Krause was deeply personal for him. As the writer of the screenplay, he immersed himself in the character, not just as an actor but as a creator, ensuring every line of dialogue and every action felt true to Krause's inner world. Hanks shared how he approached Krause's character as a man defined by duty, faith, and quiet resilience. Despite his inexperience in combat command, Krause's unwavering sense of responsibility shines through, and Hanks captures this with remarkable subtlety. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Hanks explained that Krause's constant struggle to make life-or-death decisions while maintaining composure was the core of his performance. "It's about showing the burden of command without ever making it about ego," he said. Krause's heroism lies in his humility. This humility resonated with audiences, many of whom praised Hanks' ability to convey so much through a simple glance or a brief pause. The supporting cast also received widespread acclaim, each actor bringing their character to life with depth and nuance. Stephen Graham, known for his powerful performances in films like The Irishman, plays Charlie Cole, Krause's loyal and competent XO. Graham's portrayal of Cole is a perfect foil to Hanks' Krause. Where Krause is introspective, Cole is more outspoken, offering a dynamic that keeps the tension aboard the USS Keeling palpable. Graham described working with Hanks as a masterclass in collaborative acting, emphasizing how Hanks' generosity on set elevated everyone's performances. "Tom has this way of making you feel like you're the most important part of the scene," Graham said in an interview. "It's inspiring." Another standout performance comes from Rob Morgan as Cleveland, the mess steward who acts as a quiet yet crucial presence in Krause's life. Morgan brings a warmth and humanity to his role that grounds the film, offering moments of solace amid the chaos. In a heartfelt interview, Morgan discussed how he saw Cleveland as more than just a background character. "Cleveland is the moral compass," Morgan said. "He's there to remind Krause and the audience of what's at stake." His scenes with Hanks, though brief, leave a lasting impression, showcasing the unspoken bond between two men from different walks of life united by the same cause. The film also features a talented ensemble of young actors who portray the USS Keeling's crew. These performances are marked by their authenticity, a testament to the extensive preparation each actor undertook. Many of the cast members participated in a naval boot camp designed to simulate life aboard a warship. This training, overseen by retired Navy personnel, included everything from mastering naval jargon to performing drills under high-pressure scenarios. The result is a cast that moves and reacts with the precision of a real crew, adding another layer of realism to the film. Behind the scenes, the camaraderie among the cast was evident. Hanks, as both the lead actor and the screenplay's writer, took on the role of a mentor to the younger cast members. On set, he was often seen sharing anecdotes from his extensive career, offering advice on navigating the challenges of the industry. In one interview, a young actor described how Hanks made it a point to learn everyone's names, regardless of their role in the production. "He treated everyone like they mattered," the actor said. "That kind of respect trickles down and creates an atmosphere where everyone wants to give their best." The rapport among the cast wasn't just limited to the on-screen relationships. Off-camera, the actors developed a strong bond, often spending downtime discussing their characters and the film's themes. Stephen Graham recounted late-night conversations with Hanks about the historical significance of the Battle of the Atlantic and how their characters fit into that larger narrative. These discussions not only deepened their understanding of the story but also informed their performances, adding layers of complexity to their roles. Audience reactions to Greyhound were overwhelmingly positive, with many praising the film's intense pacing, gripping action, and emotional depth. The movie's release on Apple TV Plus during the height of the COVID-19 pandemic meant that viewers experienced it in a more intimate setting, often with family members. This added a personal dimension to the film's themes of sacrifice and camaraderie, resonating deeply with audiences worldwide. One recurring sentiment among viewers was their appreciation for Tom Hanks' performance. Social media platforms were flooded with posts lauding his ability to carry the film with such quiet intensity. "Tom Hanks doesn't need a big speech to be a hero," one Twitter user wrote. "His eyes do all the talking." Another viewer described Greyhound as a masterclass in restraint, praising its refusal to rely on melodrama or over-the-top heroics. Critics, too, were largely positive in their assessments of the film. Many highlighted its authenticity and attention to detail, particularly in its portrayal of naval warfare. While some noted that the film's character development was more understated than expected, they acknowledged that this choice served the story's emphasis on the collective effort of the convoy rather than individual heroics. In a review for Variety, a critic wrote, "Greyhound is less about one man's journey and more about the endurance of the human spirit in the face of insurmountable odds." The film's impact extended beyond its narrative, sparking conversations about the real-life heroes of the Battle of the Atlantic. Naval historians and veterans praised Greyhound for its accuracy, with some noting how it brought much-needed attention to a chapter of World War II that is often overshadowed by land-based conflicts. In interviews, Hanks expressed his hope that the film would serve as a tribute to the men and women who served in the Merchant Marine and the Navy during the war. "These were ordinary people doing extraordinary things," he said. "They deserve to be remembered." Viewers also appreciated the film's visual and auditory craftsmanship, often singling out the sound design as a standout feature. The relentless pinging of the sonar, the booming depth charges, and the creaking of the ship under duress created an immersive experience that left audiences on the edge of their seats. One audience member described watching Greyhound as being inside a pressure cooker, while another compared the tension to that of a psychological thriller. The emotional resonance of Greyhound was another key factor in its reception. Many viewers found themselves deeply moved by the film's depiction of sacrifice and duty. The scenes of the convoy coming together to fend off the wolf pack struck a chord, reminding audiences of the importance of unity in the face of adversity. One particularly poignant moment that resonated with viewers was Krause's quiet prayer after a grueling battle, a scene that encapsulates the film's themes of faith and perseverance. In the end, Greyhound succeeded not only as a gripping wartime drama but also as a deeply human story about courage, resilience, and the cost of leadership. The cast's performances, combined with the film's technical excellence and emotional depth, ensured that it left a lasting impression on audiences. Through interviews and behind-the-scenes stories, it's clear that the making of Greyhound was a labor of love, a collaborative effort that brought together a talented team to create something truly special. As we close our deep dive into Greyhound, 2020, it's impossible not to marvel at how this film delivers an experience that is as intense as it is emotionally resonant. We've journeyed through its gripping portrayal of the Battle of the Atlantic, analyzed the understated brilliance of its lead performances, especially Tom Hanks' masterful Commander Krause, and explored the meticulous craftsmanship behind its sound design, cinematography, and storytelling. The movie stands as a testament to the resilience of ordinary individuals faced with extraordinary challenges, weaving a narrative that is both heart-pounding and deeply human. From the very beginning, Greyhound captures the essence of World War II naval combat with relentless pacing and authenticity. Its depiction of life aboard a convoy escort ship feels grounded in reality, pulling the audience into a high-stakes game of cat and mouse with the deadly German U-boats. The tension is palpable as Krause and his crew navigate the treacherous waters of the Atlantic, their survival hinging on split-second decisions and unyielding teamwork. The film's ability to sustain this tension while keeping the audience emotionally invested is one of its greatest triumphs. We've also delved into the characters who bring this story to life, led by Hanks' nuanced portrayal of Krause. Through his performance, we see a man burdened by the weight of command, grappling with his own doubts while remaining steadfast for the sake of his crew. The supporting cast, from Stephen Graham's Charlie Cole to Rob Morgan's Cleveland, adds layers of depth and humanity, ensuring that every character feels like a vital part of the narrative. Their interactions with Krause reveal the unspoken bonds of trust and camaraderie that are crucial in the face of danger. The behind-the-scenes efforts that went into creating Greyhound are nothing short of extraordinary. From the cast's rigorous training to the film's impressive use of CGI and practical effects, every element of the production reflects a commitment to authenticity. The attention to detail in replicating the USS Keeling and the Convoy's perilous journey enhances the film's immersive quality, making viewers feel as though they are right there on the ship, sharing in the crew's fears and triumphs. One of the standout aspects of the film is its sound design, which plays a crucial role in building tension and immersing the audience in the story. The pinging of sonar, the creaks of the ship under duress, and the thunderous impact of depth charges create a visceral experience that stays with you long after the credits roll. Coupled with a restrained yet evocative score, the soundscape of Greyhound amplifies the stakes and underscores the emotional weight of the narrative. We've also explored the film's critical reception, audience reactions, and its ability to resonate on both a personal and historical level. While some viewers may have longed for more traditional character development, most appreciated the film's focus on the collective effort of the convoy rather than individual heroics. This choice aligns with the film's overarching themes of sacrifice, duty, and unity, reminding us of the profound impact of ordinary people working together in extraordinary circumstances. Beyond its technical and narrative achievements, Greyhound serves as a poignant tribute to the real-life heroes of the Battle of the Atlantic. It sheds light on a vital yet often overlooked chapter of World War II, honoring the men and women whose courage and resilience ensured the safety of countless lives. The film's ability to strike a balance between thrilling action and heartfelt emotion is a testament to its creator's dedication to telling a story that is both entertaining and meaningful. Reflecting on the journey we've taken through this analysis, it's clear that Greyhound is more than just a war film. It's a story about leadership, humanity, and the sacrifices made in the name of duty. Whether it's Krause's quiet moments of introspection, the crew's unwavering determination, or the haunting beauty of the film's cinematography, every element of Greyhound works in harmony to deliver a cinematic experience that leaves a lasting impression. As we wrap up, it's worth noting that Greyhound isn't just a film for fans of war dramas. Its universal themes of courage, faith, and perseverance make it a story that resonates with audiences of all backgrounds. Whether you're drawn to its action-packed sequences, its emotional depth, or its historical significance, there's something in Greyhound for everyone to appreciate. If you've enjoyed this in-depth look at Greyhound and its many facets, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more movie enthusiasts like you. And if you're new to our channel, we'd love for you to join our community by hitting that subscribe button. Here, we explore the stories behind the movies, diving into everything from character analysis to behind-the-scenes insights, ensuring that every film we cover is brought to life in a way that enhances your viewing experience. As always, we value your thoughts and opinions. Have you seen Greyhound? What did you think of its portrayal of World War II naval combat? Did any particular scene or performance stand out to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We love hearing from our viewers and sparking conversations about the art of filmmaking. In closing, Greyhound is a film that deserves to be celebrated for its craftsmanship, its storytelling, and its ability to honor the sacrifices of those who came before us. It's a reminder of the power of film to transport us to different times and places, to challenge our perspectives, and to leave us with a renewed appreciation for the resilience of the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Greyhound. Until next time, keep exploring, keep watching, and keep discovering the stories that make cinema so magical.